Good evening, YouTubers. Once again, we've had another plane crash, haven't we? I've just been seeing it on the news. There's been a plane crash at Toronto. Plane obviously had a very, very heavy landing at Toronto, so hard, in fact, that it smashed the wing spars and the back wheels and just broke off the wings, and it rolled over and broke the tail off, and it's come to rest upside down with no wings. So there's no other explanation that I can think of other than an extremely hard landing. And why it had an extremely hard landing, I don't know. There's obviously nothing wrong with the aeroplane. It flew all the way there from wherever it came from and had a really disastrous landing. There's a lot of ice conditions there at the moment. It would be interesting to see the video footage of the wings to see if they did actually break in two halves, because they definitely came off. So is the wing in one complete wing scattered about somewhere, or is it in two pieces? My guess is it's in two pieces, because it landed really hard on the main undercarriage and ripped the wings off. Broke the wing spar, ripped the wings off. It must have been an incredibly hard landing. Incredibly. You'd have thought the pilot would have gone. I don't know. Didn't see it, wasn't there. But I'm just looking at the wreckage of a fuselage upside down and thinking, whoa, what on earth happened there? That's my only initial conclusion. Oh, and I was also watching the NTIS reports on the Washington crash, and there's a lot of references to Radalt. Okay, Radalt transmitted this, Radalt transmitted that. Forget about Radalt. Okay, Radalt's really, really good system. It's very good, in fact. I use it a lot, but it's irrelevant in this investigation. It does something else. Yes, it's an altimeter, but it's people refer to it as a radio altimeter or a radar altimeter. Altimeter, as they say in America. Forget it. It's barometric pressure altimeters that we've had since before the Second World War. Okay, just like the barometer on the wall. They're all barometric pressure adjusted, you know. And air traffic control have one on the ground, and they set it to 0. And they say to all the planes that they're talking to, in order to maintain vertical separation, they say set your altimeter to, and they read off a 4-digit subscale. Now in America you've got inches, in Europe you've got millibars, but it doesn't matter. It's still measuring air pressure. And it changes, as you know. Your barometer goes up and down, doesn't it, throughout the day, and as the pressure changes, air traffic control have to readjust the barometer, altimeter, and they say the new pressure for sea level is, and they give a new 4-digit reading, and that goes out to all the aeroplanes. So they're all got their altimeters set the same, exactly the same, and that's really important to maintain vertical separation. Don't confuse it with Radalt. Radalt is a really good system, but it does a different thing. It really does. Air traffic control focused totally on barometric air pressure, and it's called QNH. Don't ask me why they call it QNH, but when you're talking to air traffic control, you can be at 30,000 feet, you can be at 10,000 feet. They say the QNH is, and they'll quote you a 4-digit pressure setting which you put into your altimeter, and that's it. And that can change. It can change throughout the day, but so long as everyone's got the same setting in and they're all talking to the same air traffic control region, then everyone's going to be vertically separated and no one's going to crash into each other. That's the plan. So don't get confused. In the meantime, I'm feeling a lot better than I was before. and I'll keep you updated hopefully tomorrow.